Hi, this is Smita Deo, and today on our delicious journey, we're going to recreate a dish that has taken the world by a storm. So in the year 1950, two culinary geniuses, Kundan Lal Jaggi and Kundan Lal Gujral, created this dish by chance and they called it the Murg Makhani. And this Murg Makhani got its pet name, the butter chicken, when it was introduced in an Indian restaurant in Manhattan as a specialty dish. So today we're going to recreate a butter chicken that we can enjoy whenever we want. So first we're going to marinate the chicken. So for the marination, I'm going to take a tablespoon of garlic paste, a tablespoon of ginger paste, a tablespoon of chili powder, a teaspoon of turmeric powder. So I'm taking a garam masala that is ready-made. It's a tandoori garam masala. You can also use your regular garam masala. Now to this, I'm going to add a tablespoon of mustard oil. It binds all the spices together and helps to marinate the meat really well. I've got some yogurt here, about a cup of it. It is thick hung curd. So we're going to add this as well to the marinade, to the mixture rather, and some salt to taste. Let's whisk this and mix it well. What an amazing aroma already. And now we're going to marinate 1 kg of chicken in this. So I usually prefer to take chicken with the bone, is because the marrow gets into the meat. It gives a delicious flavor and also tends to keep the meat a little more tender, right? So we're going to add this marinade to the meat. So now we're going to marinate this meat till we prepare the gravy. But when you are making it, make sure you marinate it for a very long time, not too long, but for a long time, at least 4 hours. Overnight is just amazing. So I'm keeping this aside now. And we'll prepare the gravy. Now there are different ways of making the gravy. You can just use plain tomatoes and cashew nut paste, and then you can add your other condiments and masalas to it. But I prepare this what I have learned from my mother, and it is so delicious, and my son really loves this one. So I'm going to heat 2 tablespoons of oil and add 2 tablespoons of butter. The oil is hot, the butter is melted. We're going to add 3 finely chopped onions, and we're going to saute these onions till they are nice and a little golden brown in color. Don't burn the onions, your dish will look pathetic. The onions are caramelized to the perfect color that I want. Now I'm going to add a teaspoon of ginger paste, a teaspoon of garlic paste, and I'm going to saute it for a minute. It's time to add the cashew nut paste. I've got half a cup of cashew nut paste, basically about 15 to 20 cashew nuts. I would recommend you use tukda kajus, about half a cup of it, and just grind it to a paste. That's enough. And now we're going to saute this till the oil separates from the cashew nut. You can see the oil has separated here. So now I'm going to add a secret ingredient which my mother told me, which is the chili garlic sauce. A tablespoon of chili garlic sauce. Mix this well. A 1/4 cup of tomato ketchup. And now we're going to add tomato puree. So I have boiled 6 to 7 medium-sized tomatoes, skin them and just ground them to a puree. Now we'll add some chili powder. I'll add about 2 tablespoons. A teaspoon of turmeric powder and a teaspoon of garam masala powder. Mix this well. So you can see these little volcanic eruptions that are happening. That's because of the water content of the tomatoes. So we need to cover this and cook it on a low flame till the oil separates. Yeah. So as you can see, the oil has separated. So let's keep the gravy aside and cook the tandoori. Now I'm going to cook it on a pan. If you have an oven, you can also grill your meat pieces. So I'm going to keep this aside. So now let's just put these pieces of marinated chicken on the pan. So I'm going to put small dollops of butter in the pan at certain places so that the tandoori gets nice and crisp. So you can see it started to brown already. Most of you must be knowing this, but for those who don't know the story of how the butter chicken came into being, was that these two duos, these culinary experts, used to sell a lot of tandoori chicken, and the leftover chicken used to turn very dry and drab. So one of them decided to make a gravy and debone the tandoori and put the pieces in the gravy, and that's how the butter chicken came into being. The chicken is done. Now we're going to sprinkle some chaat masala on it, and once it's slightly cold, we'll debone it. So the chicken is deboned. Now what we're going to do is add some salt and kasuri methi to the gravy. We'll just stir this and now add the deboned chicken. Mix this well. And now we'll cover this and cook it for 2 to 3 minutes, and our butter chicken will be ready to serve. The butter chicken is ready. I'm going to give it a lovely smoky flavor. So I have a live coal here that I have heated. Just going to place it in here. Shut the flame. Drizzle some ghee on this and just cover this for 5 minutes. I didn't want a very strong smoky fragrance, so I just put it for 5 minutes, and now I'm going to serve this butter chicken. So I'm going to garnish this with some fresh cream and kasuri methi. The butter chicken is ready. I'm going to be serving it with some naan. Do try this recipe and subscribe to Smita Deo.